Hey ARTSII, how's it going? Loopy here. We're back at it at the studio. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing good. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Loopy. I do epoxy art, and I started this channel so together we can try to figure this out, this whole epoxy thing, and hopefully have a little fun, maybe learn a thing or two. And for today's video, something really cool, we're going to try to mimic like a really cool marble pattern. So if you have like a countertop that you want to, freshen up, and you wanted it to look like a marble, well, you're in the right place because we're going to do that today. I have an old board here that I did a pattern, and I wasn't happy with it. It got kind of muddy. We'll talk about that later, how to avoid muddiness, but sometimes it happens. Epoxy can be like unpredictable at times, but we'll figure it out. Man, art's awesome. Like epoxy art, acrylic, any kind of art. It's just the best. Like I remember doing a lot of art, when we were like little kids doing art, going to school, doing projects with art. And then I was getting older, and then I stopped doing it for a little bit. But then I started doing epoxy art, and I just can't stop. It's my thing, and I love it so much. And I hope that you guys love it too. And together we'll learn, and we'll figure this whole thing out. So let's get into it. All right, let's get a little artsy here, okay? Today we're going to start with, we got a couple different things here. So I pre-put the mica powder in. So we got silver white, and we got 4 different versions of silver white. So we got that one. Then we got one that's a bit thicker, more coarse. And then we got a thinner one here, silver white, and a really fine one right here, silver white. Now this came in a pack that I'll link in the description below, but really good pack, not expensive, comes with a bunch of different colors. And if you're new to epoxy, well, you'll have a lot of different colors to choose from. Then I got some dye that I made, 2 of them. 2 different recipes that I've been playing around with, but they're black. You can use any black that you want. I like this. I like the stuff that I make. I find that it doesn't get muddy as easily as other products do, and it gives a really cool effect. And also we're using some more different pigments and paint. This one here, let's see. Yeah, this one is a paint, a white paint. And this one here is the best. It is pigment paste. Now, pigment paste is awesome. I love pigment paste. You get really cool effects with pigment paste. You can try to make your own. I haven't had really good experiences making it on my own. I find that, it's not the same. So when you find a good brand of pigment paste, you usually stick with it because you could try to make your own, but it's never the same. And then we got a really cool pigment paste as well. Check that out. Really cool. It's like silver. We're going to use this, and that was the problem with this one. I used too much alcohol ink, and I don't know if you can see, but it got really muddy. So you got to be really careful with alcohol ink. Alcohol ink's awesome, but the silver, you gotta like a drop. Don't go too crazy. Like I was going like this, learn from my mistakes. Don't do that because, you know, it could get really muddy. So we got this all prepped up. We got the dam here. This is really good. I would really encourage people to do it this way. The less chances of getting muddy because, you know, if it's flowing out of the sides, you can get some really cool effects, but it could get muddy. And we want to minimize that. So yeah, we got the dam going. And then about 2 hours into it, we'll take the dam off and we'll let it kind of go over the edge. So we'll give it a cool effect. You want it to kind of like gel before you do that. So like depending on your humidity, I don't know, it could be like an hour if it's high humid. If it's like, you know, in the medium range, I would go 2 hours. And then, you know, you take it from there. I used to, when there was no dam, I would look at the drops, you know, the drips there. I would look at it and be like, okay, is it ready? Yeah, it's ready. You know, I would gauge it. But you guys, you know, the more we do this, the more we're going to figure this out. All right, so we are using ice epoxy, ice thin, good brand, budget friendly, a good product, no complaints here. Never had a problem with it. And one thing to note, part B and part A, they're switched for whatever reason. This part B is usually the hardener. This one, it's not. But that's okay. Just know your epoxies. Know their limitations on which one's the hardener, which one's not. And you can try making your own paste, but I don't know. It's never the same. Okay, so let's measure this up here. Now, if you're in a cooler environment, I would suggest warming this up, but right now in the studio, it's pretty good. And how do you warm it up? You put this in like a bucket of warm water and you let it sit there for a bit. But today we don't need it. We're good. I like to use this bad boy here, to use a drill. And then afterwards, we'll go, I will scrape the sides. But, you know, I suggest using a drill at first. When I first started, you know, doing epoxy, I wanted to like, you know, go up and down. You don't really need to do that. It might introduce more bubbles, but I mean, it's okay. We're going to torch them out anyway. Now you can see some like swirl marks, some streaks. That means it's not done yet. You want to mix your epoxy more than not enough. FYI. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Then we're going to go in with a spatula. This one's awesome. Silicone, dollar store. Highly recommended. Bubbles, but no worries. Look how clear it is. Minus the bubbles. Some epoxies you find and they're like yellow right off the bat and you're like, it says it doesn't yellow. And it's only in a matter of time before it yellows. If you get epoxy and it's already yellow, it's a bad batch. You know, so many things can go wrong with epoxy. Bad batch, you know, 90% of the times it's human error, so it's our fault. But you get the odd time where it's, you know, a bad batch of epoxy or something gone in there. Maybe there's too much dust in the air, too much humidity, and there's so many variables. But this looks absolutely perfect. So I want to make sure that we have a lot of white for this. So we got two different whites. And we'll start with that. And the micro powders, I measured it out to be like 200 milliliters. So maybe like half of the cup. So I put like 7%. 10% is the best. But I already did this and I used 10% on this, and you know, it got muddy. 7% is good. So I'd go minimum 5, 7's a good middle, and 10 is really good. I wouldn't go over 10. It's kind of just a little bit wasteful. Now we are mixing it, so I'm scraping the sides. There might be some like unmixed epoxy on the sides. It's okay. We are still gonna mix it in here. Okay, tomorrow, remind me, go get some stir sticks. Keep that close to me now. This one is really good. The really thick ones, it's like kind of like glitter, really. So we're gonna do a dirty pour. Dirty pour is the best. Super easy. You know, if this is your first time, welcome to the world of epoxy. And a dirty pour is gonna be a lot of fun for you. Okay, dirty pour time. All right. So you get a bucket, pitcher, whatever, something clean. We just use this to mix the epoxy, so it's okay. And you know, I like to, you know, have kind of a method to my madness a little bit. We got lots of white, which is good. We need a lot of white for this. So we'll start with a bit of white. It's good. And then I like to do, you know, a little bit of black. Then a little bit of other white. You know, and I just keep alternating a little bit of this. Then a little bit of white. Let's go a little silver, not too much. Silver, a little white. A little black. Go back to the white. You know, but you can do it anyway. The beauty about a dirty pour is that, you know, no matter what you do, unless you really mess it up, it's hard to mess it up. The only way you mess it up is if you do too much, like, and it gets muddy like this one. It's because I was doing too much. Sometimes less is more. Ooh. Just keep alternating, and then whatever your pattern is, then you can either continue with that pattern or go against it to create something cool as well. So let's switch it up a little bit. Put a little bit of this black, silver black, a little bit of this one, a little bit of this. Let's go back to that, and then we will go back to this. That looked pretty cool. And we want to save some of this stuff to add some extra techniques. So I'll show you when we get to it. Actually, I'm skipping ahead. Oh, this looks good. And now we're going crazy. Okay, I think save this a little bit. Okay, now you don't want to mix this. You want to leave it as is. And we're going to go diagonally here. And you just have fun with it. I like to spread it out because as you pour, the design will change. So when it changes, I like to put, fill it in the gaps here. See how it changed? That looks super, super cool. Now we definitely have enough. We don't need to tilt this. I made sure we have enough. That first bit, it's beautiful. So then with this, I like to add some in certain spots. Good. Do you want to be careful when you're doing this? You don't want to do too much or add too much. Pearl in there. Go. Yeah. So it's good, definitely good to keep some so you can do this to fill in the gaps because sometimes the colors mix a little bit too much. And I really want some of this, pearl to shine through a little bit. Let's do here. Let's do a little bit of white. Just a little bit. Yeah, this looks really, really cool. There we go. Some lines going. Okay, and we're gonna do the black. Gotta be careful. We don't want to go too much. That is good. We are getting a real good. Do a little silver, not too much. And then we'll do a little white. I think that looks real good. Now again, you don't want to do too much, but we did miss a spot here. Have a little extra black. It's good. Let's see if we miss any other spots. Corner could some here. Okay. Luckily, we made a bunch. All right. So now we have these lines in there, and they're a little bit too pronounced. So we are going to blend them in, hopefully get a little selling going, and then we should be good. So we're going to use a heat gun. Boom. Heat gun. Not bad, not bad. Let's have a look here. I could do a little bit more here. I like this. This is really good. I might add a bit more black. Now, remember, don't overdo it, okay? Do not overdo it. We're gonna add a little bit more black. Okay, just a little bit. And we put big blobs here, so we're gonna do, a little bit, but of blobs. That's good. Kind of even it out a little bit. That is good. Let's get the other one. Okay. No, don't want to overdo it, right? But we will, we will add a bit of white too. Oops. Okay. So a bit of white. Okay, and then this after, we're not going to touch it. That's it. Boom. See how the white interacts with the black there? Looks really good, actually. I'm going to do that with this too. Oh, yeah. Go. Not too much. Okay, this looks fantastic. You see how the white interact with the black there? Ooh, really good. Couldn't have asked for a better pattern here. I really like it. Now we play the waiting game. Let's torch it a little bit and try to get some cells to pop and get rid of the bubbles. So you could use a heat gun, but I like how this is. I don't want to move it too much. I don't want it to get muddy. So we're going to use the torch here. This here looks really, really good. These spots here are really cool. All right, well, I'll be back in 2 hours to take this off, and then we'll see the final project. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay, Artsies, welcome back. It's been a while. It's been 2 hours, and we're ready to take this dam off. It looks really good here. Here looks really cool. Something happened. It like bubbled up. It's really cool. Not bubbled up. That's not a really good word, but you see what bloomed, I guess. I'm not sure, but it looks really cool here. Okay, so let's take this off. Nice. Okay, it looks good. All right, it looks pretty good. We're gonna hit the sides a little bit with some heat, but then we are good to go till tomorrow. Okay, we're back, and it turned out really, really good. Really happy with the results. Couldn't have done it without you guys. I hope yours at home, if you guys are following along, if you guys try this technique, I hope it went super good. I have no doubt in my mind that you guys can do this. No doubt at all. Right here, look at that. This is absolutely just breathtaking. All of there's pearl here. I like the black here. And then we had these spots here that kind of like rise, like bloomed for, lack of a better word. Oh man, super. And then I'm really glad that we added this white last second there. That kind of expanded when we took off the tape here. Oh man, super happy with this. I think that's it for me today, guys. I really appreciate you checking out the channel. We'll be doing more of these. We'll be doing some more art pieces, some different techniques. We're going to make a technique guide, and I'd be honored if you joined me. So bye from my studio here. Just don't forget to be creative. Get a little artsy. We'll catch you later, guys.